This show was first broadcast on Free FM 89.0, Hamilton, New Zealand's community access radio station. For more information on our station and the wide range of programs, visit freefm.org.nz.
Hey, Dad.
Johnny, can you help me with this iPhone?
Oh, Dad, just go to UB.
UB, Hamilton's only dedicated Apple authorised reseller and service provider for all your Apple needs, including iPads, iPhones, portables and desktops. Come talk to the experts at UB, Te Awa at the base. To keep up to date with the latest news and announcements, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at UBNZ, or head into stores so we can help you be the best you can be.
This show is proudly brought to you by the #Me Network. And now, #RadioNZ.
Welcome to #Radio. I'm Fid McAwesome.
I'm Chris McAwesome.
And I'm V8 Matty.
And we're brought to you this week by UB. They are the home of Apple in New Zealand. You can check them out at Te Awa, the base in Hamilton, or online at ub.com, on Twitter at UBNZ, and on Facebook. Give them a search up on there as well. On this week's Uncultured Roundup of social media, web, tech and gaming, address.
A dress.
The dress.
Yes, my own take on that as well. You would have seen on Facebook.
We'll come to that. We've got some games to talk about. We've all been playing some games in the last couple of weeks.
Yes, we have.
Yeah. And later on, we got an interview that me and Chris did a couple of weeks ago with Sanoop Luke from YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, we went to YouTube.
Yeah, it was awesome.
A YouTube thing.
The thing with YouTube people.
Yeah. It was quite cool. Insider's Guide to Success, it was.
Oh, nice.
Now that I remember it.
Now that you're successful.
Yeah.
Guided to the inside.
Yeah.
It was the first ever.
First ever one in the world.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to the Black Caps. Go boys. Go boys.
Anyway, we start off the show every week with the news.
And now the news with Chris McAwesome.
I like how you said, like, every week. Like it happens every week.
Nice.
It happens every week you're here.
Positive thinking.
In the news this week, a hack alert. Skimmers have been used on 2 ATM machines in Wellington and Napier. The machines were located in Courtney Place in Wellington and in Marawera in Napier. Around 1,500 customers were affected, about half of them actually being Kiwibank customers. Some customers were being reimbursed. Customers who used the machines during the compromised periods had either been notified by their bank or are currently in the process of being notified. In the meantime, please keep a lookout for skimming devices and report to the police if you notice anything suspicious about an ATM. Skimmers can be identified by an overlay of thin plastic on pin pads, or you can jiggle the card reader, and if it moves, it's a skimmer.
Yep, so the genuine ones are lock solid.
Yeah, they can't be moved.
The fakies are just sort of stuck over the top. Yep.
Yeah. The other piece of advice is trust your gut instinct. If it doesn't look right, just go and use another ATM.
Cool.
It's also a good piece of life advice with people.
Well, if they don't look right.
If they don't look right, just walk away.
I thought the whole was don't judge a book by its cover.
That's a lie.
Yeah, but everyone's going to walk away from you, buddy. You don't look right.
Or they'll just give you a jiggle.
Yeah.
Slingshot, Orcon and several smaller internet providers, whom actually help customers access blocked overseas television services such as Netflix, are now taking the software that they use global. The software called Global Mode, which allows users to view content otherwise blocked due to geographical location, has been described by Sky, MediaWorks and TVNZ as a form of piracy. Although, accordingly to New Zealand laws, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, not illegal at all. And Fix were the first in New Zealand to do that.
Who?
Fix.
Ah, yes. Yes, they were. I don't know why Sky, MediaWorks and TVNZ are so archaic.
It's because they own the rights to these programs. What they need to do is just put them all out there at the same time as they hit Netflix.
Yeah. Totally.
That's the biggest problem with the whole world, really, is the release dates of shows.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that causes pirating, I think, in this country in particular.
I think old media, if you want to call it that, especially TV in particular, you know, trying to stay siloed into, if you want to watch our shows, you watch them in our service and only in our service. That's the
like
wrong way
saying-
of doing it. Like in the States, Universal started Hulu and they've invited all the other people to use it.
Yeah. I guess it's a bit like cave drawers. Like, did they get all angry because there were people drawing on parchments?
Yeah, no, we only draw in caves.
Yeah. No. Caves only.
Yeah.
Apple's CEO, Tom Cook, has said that not only will the Apple Watch battery last a whole day, but that it will replace car keys.
So how come they can't do that with the smartphones?
I know, right? More insights into the watch's capability includes using the watch as a credit card and operating a user reward system through the watch.
The user reward system, is that like achievements unlocked
Yeah,
on your phone?
that's
So
exactly what it is.
Oh, nice.
yeah.
That'll go well with my Xbox. Xbox achievements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Google has backed down on its plan to block porn content from its blogging site
Good move.
after a huge wave of complaints from users. Plans were to ban sexually explicit pictures or videos on the platform. However, this was overturned by Google this week. Users can continue to tag any blog with sexually explicit content as an adult that is placed behind a warning page. Google will instead enforce its policy on use of commercial porn on the site.
Beautiful.
So it's only amateur porn that's going to be on there then?
Amateur porn?
There's nothing wrong with that.
And finally, it caused arguments worldwide on social media. Husbands against wives, children against parents. Officers were divided. Celebrities chimed in, scientists and photography experts analysed and spat out hypotheses. Memes were abound on the web, and of course it was Kanye who was right. Titled #The Dress, only to become known as #Dressgate, a poorly lit photo of what is now probably the world's most famous dress was placed on Tumblr with a seemingly simple question: what colour is this dress?
Gold and white.
I saw
You saw
gold and white.
That's what I saw.
I saw blue and black.
Doesn't mean that it is gold and white. It's what I saw.
Yeah, that's exactly what I saw. I showed Carice when it came up on my timeline, and I was like, Carice, tell me what colour this is. And she's like, it's blue and black. I'm
I
like,
thought it was
"No,
a trick question.
it's white and gold.
My son saw blue and black.
Yeah.
Carice thought we were lying, because I said to my kids, did the same thing. What colour do you see? And they were like, white and gold. With the other one, white
Yeah.
and gold. And Carice says, no, you guys are tricking me.
You are trying to trick me.
But, yeah.
I don't know.
And it turned out it actually was blue and black.
Well, what's the story behind that? Like, how did it actually
It
come
wasn't
out?
black though, was it? I thought it was blue and an orangey colour.
No, it's actually blue and black. So the the girl who posted the photo on Tumblr, her mother came out with a photo of her wearing the dress, saying that it is actually blue and black.
Well, that's what it looks like to her. We'll never know.
We'll never know.
Not with any certainty.
But the dressmaker only makes that dress. It's in other colours, but it's not in white and gold.
No, it's not actually available in white and
No,
gold.
it's not available. It's only available in any other colour but
Yeah.
white and gold. And the scientific reasoning behind it has something to do with how, apart from the fact that the photo is poorly
Poorly lit.
it's got something to do with because blue and white in the colour spectrum are
Next to each other.
Very
right
close.
next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's how your eye is determining.
Yeah, and I think it was to do with which part of the actual picture that your eye kind of picked up first,
Yeah.
as to which way it was then going to tell your
Yeah.
brain that it's blue or it's white.
Yeah.
See, I'd only seen it as white and gold
Yeah.
for ages, and then when I turned it to show someone the photo on my phone, when the phone was at an angle, all of a
Yeah.
sudden I saw it as white and black. I mean,
Yeah.
black and blue.
Yeah.
Like I was absolutely positive that it was blue and black. And I wasn't wavering from that, because to me that's how it looked. Then I started drinking some wine last night,
As you do.
as you do on a Friday night. And I was flicking through my phone, and that dress came up, and
Yeah.
I saw it as white and gold. I thought, oh, that must be a doctored picture. And when I pulled it back down, it had gone back to blue and black.
Yeah. Creepy out.
Yeah, and that's when I got creeped out. I
Yeah.
was like, right, I'm investigating this.
Yeah. So what colour is our logo?
White and gold.
White and gold, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
We should do a limited edition white and gold version.
Yeah.
We should do. Did you see the memes that they're going out? The first one I saw was actually PlayStation.
With the PS4 controller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A brand new white and gold controller. It was the blue and black one.
It was classic. I liked it. I also did one. Picture of myself and some attractive young ladies.
Oh, it's
Oh, yes, I
a
did
couple
see
of
that.
ladies from, what was it? Console. Tech Day.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
apparently blue and
Staff
white.
members.
Blue and white colours are quite close to your wife's red spectrum. Because you mentioned that she's all red.
Well, the girls were wearing black and blue.
Yeah.
I was seeing gold,
yeah.
and my wife was seeing red.
Yeah. I don't understand.
So all in the one picture. It's
Yeah.
quite awesome.
Anyway, we're all nerdy and techie and stuff here, and we like to cover a bit of pop culture stuff. And just today, we've lost a massive pop culture icon.
We have indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission, to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before.
That's right. It's with great sadness that it was reported the passing of Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah.
It was, of course, Mr. Spock from the original Star Trek series, and quite an iconic man.
I didn't realise that he was on the video clip that you posted on our Facebook page.
Oh, the Bruno Mars
the
song.
Bruno Mars one.
Yeah, that was the alternative video they did, because they had the one with the monkey masks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they were singing and dancing.
And that was my
but-
favourite.
But they had that one as well, which was very reminiscent of the Big Lebowski, the dude.
Yes.
You know, cruising around in his robe, going to the supermarket, and just not really giving
An F?
an F about anything.
Yeah.
Trying to be careful there with our swearing, but I think everyone understands.
Yep. So yeah, rest in peace, Leonard.
Yeah,
Yes,
he,
live long and prosper.
He sent his last tweet
Oh,
on
his last
Monday.
tweet, yeah. Oh, no. If you ever look, the last tweet was in August because he was put in hospital in August.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But his last tweet was quite touching. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, a life is like a garden. Perfect moments can be had but not preserved, except in memory.
And I think on that note, it might be time for our first break.
I think so. And we've actually got a track coming up here. Leonard Nimoy actually did a bit of singing back in the day.
Yeah.
A lot better than
His colleague?
than William Shatner's
Well, he doesn't really sing.
escapades. He just kind of talks to music,
sings.
but it's not rap.
Yeah.
No.
So what do we got?
We've got a cover of is it Kenny Rogers' song?
Yeah.
The Killers do a great version of this one too, but this is Leonard Nimoy.
You're on hashtag.
You've painted up your lips and rolled and curled your tinted hair. Ruby, are you contemplating going out somewhere? Shadows on the wall tell me the sun is going down. Oh, don't take your love to town. It wasn't me that started that old crazy Asian war. But I was proud to go and do my patriotic chore. And though it's true that I'm not the man I used to be, I still need your company. It's hard to love a man whose legs are bent and paralyzed. And the wants and the needs of a woman your age, Ruby, I realize. But it won't be long I've heard them say until I'm not around. Don't take your love to town. She's leaving now 'cause I just heard the slamming of the door. The way I know I've heard it slam 100 times before. If I could move, I'd get my gun and put her in the ground. Don't take your love to town. For God's sakes, turn around.
Health, lifestyle, and love, the valuable trifecta. GK here, and if you would like some pointers in nutrition, discover life hacks, or find out how to deal with relationships, you need to tune into Trifecta on Mondays at 4:30 on Free FM 89.0.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
You're back with Hashtag Radio, brought to you by UB. You can check them out online at ub.com and on Twitter at UBNZ. Find them on Facebook, give them a like, give them a share, and pop in and see them at Te Awa for all your Apple needs. Now, a couple of weeks ago, YouTube were visiting our fine shores and doing some conferences and some catch-ups with some folks, and you guys went along.
Yeah, we were invited along.
Yeah, so it's called YouTube's Insider Guide to Success.
Mm-hmm.
It had it invited a selection of YouTubers within New Zealand. And
who knew we were considered YouTubers?
Yeah, right. And I'm feeling the pressure.
Yeah.
So does Fid.
Yeah.
When he's on film. I hearken back to one particular introduction.
Yeah. Yes. I was
feeling the pressure.
Feeling the pressure. Yes. I released it.
And of course, mainstream media.
Yeah.
There who are trying to adopt YouTube.
Yep.
Into their broadcasts.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a 2-day event. One was like from 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock till 8 p.m.
Yeah, it was a really weird time slot, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's YouTube. It's not get up and go to work in the morning, is it?
No,
it's get up at lunchtime.
Get up, have lunch, and then go to work.
Do it till the sun goes down.
Yeah, so they went through examples, went through monetization, copyright laws, pretty much told a lot of mainstream broadcasters to ease up on the whole, this has been copyrighted, so you can't share it.
Yeah.
Because they said that's actually a really great form of...
killing yourself.
Yeah.
Basically, isn't it?
It's free promotion
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
user-generated content. Fremantle Media were there,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the ones that look after X Factor.
Well, they own X Factor and...
Yeah, the franchise X Factor, the name and everything behind it.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I'm trying to think of the other ones. Big Brother, that's another one of these.
yeah. So Fremantle Media, just as one of their examples with X Factor, was they don't pull the whole copyright thing on people who have...
So people can use their content and share it.
Because they get more promotion of their shows.
And they
It's
earn,
just silly to not.
and they earn revenue off those videos.
Yeah. So they what they do is they do content ID, which means every time that video is played, because it contains Fremantle Media content, they still make money off it.
Beautiful.
So that was a recommendation for big companies to go.
So we had a couple of really good YouTuber guys that we managed to spend a bit of time with and chat to.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys from YouTube. So there's G. I can't pronounce his real name. French guy who lives in Aussie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
was an awesome guy, G.
Yeah, he was really
G. Well, the funny thing is the two people we spoke to they sounded both like they were from the NWA. Because we had G and Sanoop.
who we insisted on calling Snoop.
Yeah. So G and Snoop. Yeah.
So you had a talk with him. I guess let's catch up with Sanoop.
So we've pulled aside into a random classroom Sanoop Luke from YouTube.
Hey, what's up?
I'm
here.
Not Snoop Lion.
Not Snoop Lion, or sometimes Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Or if you're my mom, Snoopy.
Snoopy?
Yeah.
So you actually work for YouTube in the States?
I work for YouTube in Singapore.
Okay.
And we have our Asia offices that are based in Singapore, mainly focused on Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
And then some of the Australia, New Zealand activities as well.
Okay.
And that's a good spot to look for emerging markets and emerged markets.
So would New Zealand be considered an emerging market, or?
New Zealand is an emerged market.
Okay.
In terms of where it is, probably from kind of a, revenue standpoint or marketplace standpoint.
Yeah.
But I would say that's still emerging because it's digital.
Yeah.
Right. It's still digital has a lot more growth left in it.
Yeah.
But then I would say on the creator side, it's probably more emerging.
Yeah.
Compared to, let's say, Australia.
Yeah.
So I think it just kind of depends on, the what we're looking for.
Yeah.
So do you look after just the geographic market, or are you more intense? Like, do you have a certain genre that you look after?
Yeah. So I manage kids and learning. Yeah, I spend a lot of time listening to nursery rhymes.
Yeah.
In the mornings.
Frozen, the song Frozen.
Frozen, everything. Five little monkeys.
Yeah. And all the toy unboxing.
All the toy unboxing, which is completely this surprise genre.
Yeah.
Within kids.
Yeah. So sort of explain what your role is.
Yeah. My role is to essentially work with creators who are in the kids and learning genre from Southeast Asia and Australia, New Zealand. And so these are creators who have already established their channels.
Yeah.
They've got views, they've got subscribers, they're monetizing pretty well.
Yeah.
And they are ready for the next phase.
Step. So what does someone need to have before they step into that next phase?
Usually some traction.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there like a limit, like a certain amount of hits that they've had to have achieved, or?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of have some internal metrics that we use.
Yeah.
Obviously we have a lot of metrics and analytics. With a company like Google.
Yeah.
And so we'll look at that and we'll see who's actually emerging.
Yeah.
To keep an eye out for.
Yeah.
And then once they get to a certain level, then I'll come and give you a little
tap on the shoulder.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I assume you guys are the ones that do the approaching.
We do, correct. And sometimes people are kind of caught off guard when they get the little tap on the shoulder.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think they welcome a relationship with YouTube.
Yeah, definitely.
We'll give them, updates on what's going on directly, and if they've got technical questions and operational questions, there's a team that can help support that rather than kind of sending in an email to an unknown.
So what sort of help is it exactly that you give these?
So my focus is much more on kind of the strategic and business side of your channel, let's say.
Yeah. So you're looking at monetization, or?
Well, they're already monetizing on YouTube. So it's like, are there other ways that they can monetize? Are there opportunities for them to localize their content?
Yeah.
Let's say we're making a big push in Thailand. It'd be like encouraging, hey, there might be a good ROI on having, Thai dubbing on your content. Or let's say there's a brand that approaches us and says, we'd like to do original content. I'd like to go and turn it back to the creators and say, hey, would you be interested in
doing some
collaborating with them? And I think that's a new area as well that brands are starting to get more comfortable.
We were just talking about this yesterday when with who was the girl? Jamie.
Jamie,
Jamie did the
that's
same
right.
project with Coke.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I think that's where you get to a certain level, and
I mean Jamie's like the pinnacle in New Zealand at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean New Zealand has some. There's one called that that kind of stands out for us in the kids and learning, and they're called Busy Beavers.
Okay.
And they're based in Hamilton, and they've got possibly about 1.4 1.5 million subs.
Yeah. I have to ask my kids if they know about them.
Yeah.
See, we work in Hamilton and we've never heard of them.
Oh, really? Yeah. How old are your kids?
Youngest is 8.
Youngest is 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So they're mainly kind of that, I guess, that real preschool genre.
Yeah.
But incredibly successful.
Yeah.
But from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right. And US and UK and Canada, like it does well.
Yeah.
In many markets, including Asia.
Yeah.
So I think that's also where we see the potential for New Zealand is, can we identify creators who are able to have resonance internationally?
Have you always been in the same sort of role with YouTube?
No, I'm actually fairly new to YouTube.
Okay.
It's about 3 months into the role.
Yeah.
I come from a broadcasting, traditional television background.
Wow.
And kind of doing very similar, kind of thinking about original content and co-productions and what's our content strategy and so on. So I'm able to kind of bring that kind of a more
bring the
polished
old school back
thinking
into the
the kind of bringing that into the new school.
Yeah.
We notice with traditional media,
they
tend to freak out a little bit when it comes to digital, and especially
here in New Zealand.
Yeah. Sure. And you know what? In many countries around the world.
Yeah, and especially when it comes to YouTube.
Yeah.
Did you find it in your old position, pushing that quite a hard thing to do?
Absolutely. I mean, I would say that digital was probably pretty low on priority. I mean, it's you kind of sit back and look at your revenues. Where is it coming from?
Yeah.
Right. And if you're traditional media, especially if you're pay TV, it's coming from your kind of operators, right? Your MSOs.
And they're dropping off like flies at the moment.
Well, yeah, depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what does that look like? And I think the television industry has attempted to sort that issue with their viewers going digital, having TV everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, which I don't think that most 16-year-olds know what that is.
Yeah.
So that's also who's your audience and being relevant to your audience as well.
Yeah.
With going from traditional and then going into YouTube, what was it like making that step?
Yeah, it's incredibly refreshing in many ways, only because with YouTube, there's the opportunity to work with so many different creators. And the answer to any creator question is, do you think I can try this type of content? The answer is yes.
Yeah, you can try anything.
Because you don't know, right? And I'd say when it comes to kind of working with creators on a broadcast platform, we have to kind of work through the process and, because there's bigger budgets and longer production schedules and so on. Whereas I feel that the YouTube creators are a little bit more innovative from the beginning and they know their audience very well. So yeah, I would say that the first part was actually kind of just refreshing creatively. I think the second part is the fact that YouTube's within Google, so it's very data driven, which is great. Because numbers can tell you so much that we don't know about ourselves, and so having that support and that kind of thinking really helps you position what you're doing.
Yeah, totally.
Holistically.
You said you've been in the job just 3 months.
Yeah.
Have you had to tap anybody on the shoulder in that 3 months?
I have actually.
Yeah. How did they react?
You know what? I tapped on one shoulder, and initially he was surprised. And
did they believe you? Because I don't think I would believe if somebody rang me
correct
or emailed me.
I mean, because you get emails all the time, especially when we're in digital media. You get an email saying, hey, we're excited by what you're doing and we want you to come on board with blah, blah, blah. And you're like, no, we get these all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, so I sent an email initially and no response. I sent another one asking, this person to lunch. And he's based in Australia. I was like, wherever you're based, I'm willing to come out and meet you for lunch. And then finally he responded. Right?
A free lunch.
I'll
reply.
I mean, I'm still not sure how to respond to you, you know? And then another one that I'm trying to tap, has not responded at all. And I was just like, well, maybe I need to write my bio or something, which I did. I was just like, hey, I've got previous experience with the Cartoon Network and da-da-da-da. So, this isn't somebody, off the street. No response at all. Right. And I believe that in this case, it's a young creator, a very young creator. And so it's like, how do you approach them is going to be also different, because
completely.
You ideally
you don't want to be the creepy guy from YouTube who's tapping children on the shoulder.
Correct. Yeah, no, absolutely. And a lot of times, I mean, we'll see that with young creators that actually their parents are involved, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
A lot of times they do the editing.
Our kids watch a lot of content on YouTube, like was it Skylander Boy and Girl and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Their parents are like massively involved.
Yeah. And these parents, I would say, are very supportive of their young creators. And the question that I always kind of think is like, well, doesn't this kind of like take away time from your schooling, right? Especially if you're like uploading once a week, and you've got to think about writing a script and plan your production just like any studio.
Yeah.
And I think it actually turns out that most of them achieve very well. Academically. They love science and math, and they're on the honor roll and so on. Yeah. So it's nice to see that there's kind of that opportunity to grow, both kind of digitally speaking, but also kind of personally and academically speaking.
So you look after the children and education side of things.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, if there was a channel who was into web, tech, gaming, and social media, is there an equivalent in the New Zealand area? And can I have his number?
I haven't come across anybody actually, which is probably a good thing in some ways.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how do you also kind of create that kind of genre?
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's obviously it must be out there. They just haven't come up on my radar yet.
Yeah.
For the education side, are you limited to that a certain age group in education, or is it education all across?
Yeah, so with kids, so it's essentially like, let's think, there's two verticals in one vertical. One is the kids vertical, and one is the learning vertical. And with kids, we usually focus on 3 to 8, or 0 to 8, let's say, because there are a lot of young kids who enjoy listening to nursery rhymes and so on as well. And then when it comes to the learning side, you're right, it could be, as young as like a 2-year-old or 3-year-old, and the sky's the limit really on the other end. Because everybody should be like learning, right?
Yeah, I mean, we had our kids using Khan Academy on YouTube for no.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Yeah. So I think, but we still kind of focused it on kind of primary school, secondary school, rather than the more kind of vocational focused training or the how-tos. Although those are very important genres in their own right. But we just think, how do we work with? For example, there's Google for Education, which is very supportive of schooling, and what are resources and software and support that can be provided for teachers and administrators. So we just kind of think about, well, how can YouTube play a role, with Google's efforts on that side. And then we also think about pop education, right? Which is, how do you think about creators like Vsauce, Michael Stevens?
He's awesome.
Yeah.
All three of the Vsauce.
All three,
amazing.
Absolutely. And then you've got from Australia, Veritasium, right? Derek Muller, So I think those also resonate with kind of your school audience. And as well as, of course, like, an older audience. But I think it's something that's really embraced by teachers and students.
With Google Education. And because it's that is becoming quite strong in New Zealand.
Well, our kids at a Google school.
Right.
So they've got the whole Chromebook thing going on.
Right.
So in the future, YouTube's looking to integrate into that.
Well, I think if you look at YouTube, you can say that YouTube's a technology company, but so is Google. Right. But then YouTube's a content company. Right. So it's really thinking about the content that's on YouTube, and there's amazing content on YouTube from an education standpoint.
There is.
The challenge is, how do you find it? Right? You've got to search, and then if you search, then there's hundreds of...
that's the challenge with almost everything on YouTube.
Everything, exactly. And so I think is there a way like you can think about how do you make it easier for teachers? For them to access some kind of a curriculum, or some kind of like, these are the best videos that if you wanted to talk about photosynthesis in class, these are the 3 videos that will give your students an immersive experience, right? Rather than them reading 10 pages on it and still being confused.
Do you find that a lot of the older generation seem to be very scared about using technology, or especially computers and video for education, because they're used to pen and paper and whiteboards and chalk.
Right.
So
This is them as users or them as schools and
this
teachers?
is in class, at home. Like the older generation seem to think that if a kid's sitting in front of a computer, they're not learning or whatever.
Right.
Just playing games or just watching YouTube.
Well, we also find it interesting that the older generation are actually watching YouTube too.
Yeah.
They want to how to fix something in their car or in their kitchen. They're going to go to YouTube and watch a video.
Oh, that's my go-to.
Yeah. So clearly they are a user of kind of video-based learning.
Yeah.
But I think there has to be a balance, really, right? I think just having only video-based learning, right, without any discussion or homework or creative, kind of projects. Yeah. So it's how do you balance learning that video enhances it, just like a discussion enhances, understanding.
Is YouTube, I guess more specifically YouTube education, is that going to become a more immersive kind of experience where it's not just video learning, like you said? Right.
No, you know what? We're still a video company, right? Yeah. It's video content that you're uploading. So the focus is going to be on video-based content. It's a matter of identifying what are the best video-based content that already exists and what are the ones that don't exist, right? Do you go out and acquire them or bring them on board as partners, or is that an opportunity to create, right? For creators to go out and create. And that's what we're seeing, is that we're seeing innovation taking place. You mentioned Khan Academy, right? Khan Academy kind of started that whole genre, right? And now there's other guys doing it with more colors and and so on. So I feel like there's a journey, and so we leave that up to the creators to do that creative process and share it with the viewers.
With for producers and people that are creating the content, apart from getting like the technical help, is there any other benefit to being a partner apart from the cool badge?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so first of all, anybody can become a partner with YouTube. So the way to become a partner is just turn on your monetization.
Yeah, gone are the days of having to be picked to be a partner.
So that's the most basic way. So you're already a partner, which means that you can get support, for your platform, for your channel. So that's great. And then when you kind of get to the levels of some of the more successful creators out there, they've already figured out monetization. They've already figured out kind of their audience and so on. They're kind of like, what else can you provide, right? What other insights can you provide that necessarily your CMS can't tell you? And that's where we try to kind of look at it holistically. Like we have an audience management team that will look at your channel and can put together like a 10, 15 page presentation just on your channel's look and feel and how that connects with your audience. I just don't think any kind of a software has been created yet that can do that, right? So that's where that human touch comes in.
#RadioNZ.
Yeah, it's the human touch in YouTube that matters.
It is indeed. Without the human touch, well, it would be pretty boring.
Yeah. So that was our talk with YouTube, or Sanoop. At
Sanoop.
YouTube.
Sanoop Bay.
Sanoop Bay, yeah.
So he's based in Singapore?
Yeah.
Yeah. Singapore and Australia.
Yeah. And so he looks after the Asia-Pacific region, so that's all the East Asian countries and us in Australia.
Nice.
But huge congrats to the Hamilton YouTube that were asked to become full-time YouTube partners.
Yeah. They've got
something. Just did a kids show.
Yeah, and they've got something to do with Funky Monkeys.
Oh, the Busy Beavers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's them.
That's it. Yeah.
They're the ones that got tapped on the shoulder by YouTube.
And he was taking them out for dinner after our interview with them.
Yeah,
you could go a long way wrong with tapping a busy beaver.
It's funny though, because my first instinct was if I got an email from YouTube to say, oh yeah, can we go out for coffee, I'd think they're lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember I got one from Google.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I ignored it.
Well, it's the same with Microsoft when I got the email saying, hey, do you want to come over to Sydney?
Did you ignore it?
Well, I didn't ignore it. I didn't believe it at first. So I rang the people up saying, is this actual true? You want me to fly over to Sydney?
Yeah, well, see, with Google, I just ignored them until they rang. And then I did the whole, you know, when you're supposed to check to see if they're real valid.
Yeah.
So you go, okay, what's your number?
Yeah.
Hang up, and then actually ring Google offices in Sydney.
Yeah.
And get transferred to them.
Yeah. So, yeah. Awesome. Thanks for Sanoop for taking the time for have a chat to us as well.
Very interesting.
Time for a song, methinks.
Yeah, definitely. And this one here is One Will Hear the Other.
She Hard. You're on hashtag.
Hey, Dad.
Johnny, can you help me with this iPhone?
Oh, Dad, just go to UB.
UB, Hamilton's only dedicated Apple authorised reseller and service provider for all your Apple needs, including iPads, iPhones, portables and desktops. Come talk to the experts at UB, Te Awa at the base. To keep up to date with the latest news and announcements, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter at UBNZ, or head into store so we can help you be the best you can be.
Hashtag Radio NZ.
Welcome back to Hashtag, of course, brought to you by UB. You can check them out at ub.com.
That's the one.
On Facebook.
Go see them at the base.
Yeah.
The time of year now is actually good for going out the base. The weather's nice. Yeah. It's busy, but it's not insane like it is during Christmas and New Year's.
It's not December. Busy.
Yeah. So
and
get
the
out
crew is
there.
very lovely.
Easter's starting to kick off as well, so go get some chocolate and let it melt all through your car.
Yeah.
So gaming. What have we been playing?
Well, I'm a huge disappointment. I haven't been playing much at all. Haven't really had time to do much gaming in recent times. So
you can make time. You make
the
time.
weather,
it's
gaming. And just home from work. Have some dinner. Go to bed.
Oh.
I'm really feeling my age.
See, I've been playing more gaming this week than I think I've played since December.
Yeah.
Like I've been completely professional.
Bringing up some gaming.
Yeah. I've had a real lull with the gaming until this week when I've sort of got back into it and stuff. Been playing a lot of The Order.
The Order. I actually love The Order.
The Order 1886 on the PS4.
Yeah, it is very gameplay light.
Gameplay light?
Gameplay light.
I don't know.
So it's more pretty than exciting?
Oh, it's exciting.
It's exciting. It is really exciting.
But there's a lot of cutaways, a lot of story. It's a very narrative-driven game.
It's like playing a movie.
Can you skip those?
No, because it's part of the story. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I like the ones where they launch into that and then it says in the corner to hit this button and you can skip it.
Yeah, well, see, what happens is when you're playing, things that you've done previously to the cutaway can actually affect the cutaway. So if you kill someone who's supposed to be involved in the cutaway, you're not going to be in the cutaway.
Well, you're not going to miss them because you already killed him.
Yeah.
So skip it.
Yeah.
Well, you can't because important things happen.
I want to play the game,
like
not watch the movie.
It is like, but it's like being involved in a movie. Yeah. It's definitely very. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you get it. Except you probably
it's more
won't
intense
like
story-wise than Assassin's Creed as well, though.
Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
See, when we were talking to the developers, they were saying that the intense cinematics and storyline side of things has been a real double-edged sword for them, because they're getting some people that are just like, this is an amazing way of doing gaming.
Yeah.
And then they're getting other people that are just like
me.
Yeah, like
Let's skip that. I want to do something.
I just want to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a good balance, I suppose, that keeps everyone happy.
Yeah. So I was actually chatting to Game Freak NZ on Twitter the other day about it, and he's on the fence about it. He was the same with not enough gameplay for him.
Yeah.
But he's starting to lean more towards the fact that he's liking the cinematics and the...
Yeah, I love the in-depth of the story, the in-depth storyline.
I wonder what the stats would show if they did a study on age groups.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
To see whether it's us more mature gamers who prefer the cinematic stuff, perhaps. It's a bit more laid back, a bit more of a movie experience.
Well, you wouldn't want to play it with the kids around anyway. One of the first...
Yeah.
In the first hour, one of the cutaways is you
see D.
You barge into...
Well, when I say our age group, we're... the younger ones would be, 16 to 25?
Yeah.
But one of these cutaways, you barge into a room and there's a complete full frontal sex scene with boobies and...
And man things.
Man bits.
Well, I asked a 17-year-old, and he loved the storyline as well. He loved the whole cinematics. But he clocked it
in 5 hours.
Yeah, it took him 5 hours to clock it. I don't know if he did any of the side jobs either.
Oh, that would probably just be a straight run.
Yeah,
main objectives, get to the end of it.
Get to the end of the game. So he found that it went too quick for him, but he really liked the story.
Yeah.
You'll probably find there's a lot of young ladies that'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
It's not how quick you get to the end of it, buddy. Slow down and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, slow down. Go get the collectibles.
Yeah. You want to scoot over here and do this little side mission.
Yeah. Just run your fingers across this side mission.
Collect these gems.
Yeah.
But
tweak these knobs.
Yeah, but one of the downfalls of it is that there's no online element.
Yeah.
Online element.
Yeah, and they've said there's no real staunch plan to do the online element at this stage.
They have no plans.
Well, yeah, no, they have
what
no
they
plans.
said.
Actually, what they said was they've toyed with the idea and they have developed it, but they have no plans to release it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my Povo brothers tried to do some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare last night.
Yeah, why do you say Povo brothers?
Well, we're all Povo because we haven't got the DLC.
Oh, okay.
The season pass. We don't have all the new maps and stuff.
Yeah.
And so you go online into multiplayer online stuff.
Yeah.
And you spend ages and ages waiting to try and get enough people together to play because they've all got the DLC and you're not able to get in those games because you don't have those maps. And it's really killed it. It's really killed it. I disagree with how much they charge for these DLCs.
Yeah.
Paying for the game twice, I don't think is right.
Yeah, but I mean, like, 10 years ago, you wouldn't have had DLCs. The game would have just been replaced with another game within a year.
No, they still brought out expansion packs and stuff for games.
Well, for the 360, not for the 360, for like the PS1 and the PS2 and the original Xbox.
Not really for those ones, no. But
it wasn't until the last gen that they started doing the DLCs.
Yeah.
So previous to that,
but prior to that, if you were a keen gamer,
Call of Duty 2, but it would be the same game with a new story.
Because back in the day, there wasn't the online gaming anyway. It was just PC based, and for the PC online gaming, there were expansions and extra things you could get.
I could argue the point on this. But
go.
No. Okay, online gaming has been around since the Mega Drive. Sega Mega Drive was the first to ever do online gaming and downloadable content.
Yeah, but we're talking in its present sort of form.
Yeah, not in its past.
I'm not looking for an argument. I'm just trying to explain.
I agree, though. No, you're right. It is a lot.
There used to be the PC side of it,
yeah.
with expansion packs and this and that. You know, you get your Sims games where you can play online. And then you've got all your different add-ons that you can get. Yeah. I think now it's, they're making a lot of money out of it.
They're making a lot.
But I think that people need to be a bit stauncher and hold out and say, no, we're not going to pay this much. You know, it's... You bring out a half-assed game and then expect us to pay for it again to get the rest of what it should have been to start with.
Yeah, agree.
See, whereas as opposed to that, you get GTA 5, which was not a half-assed game. It was a premium game, and they haven't charged us a single thing for any of the downloads so far.
No, it's all free.
All the add-ons
updates.
have been...
And we're still playing that. We gave up last night on Call of Duty and went to GTA 5.
Yeah.
You can still cruise around and have a great time with your mates and have a laugh and...
And see, they've already started developing GTA 6. Development has begun.
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether that'll be like next year or what. A heap of games coming up very shortly too. They've already started pre-orders for Mortal Kombat X.
Yes.
Have you seen how much it costs though?
$149, is it?
$149 for Mortal Kombat X.
Wow. What's that on?
That's on the PS4 because it's being launched on PS4 first.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the New Zealand price.
That's the New Zealand price, $99 in the States, which is still huge because generally games in the States are around $60.
I'm going to pay it.
That's far too much money.
That's a premium price. I'm going to do everything in my power to get a demo copy of that. Promo copy.
But it's Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Mortal Kombat players. $149 is reminiscent to me of what I used to pay for games.
It's too much.
I'm considering still buying it. If we don't get it send one to review, I will probably still buy it.
You shouldn't. You should hold out, be staunch, and say to them, "I'll buy your game when it's a reasonable price to pay for a game."
Well, talking about the DLC stuff as well. This week they just released on the PS4 Dead or Alive 5. If you remember Dead or Alive, it was a game that came out on the...
I don't remember Dead or Alive.
Don't you?
Yes, I do. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah. So it's the fighting game that had a lot of...
Everyone will.
A lot of big bouncy boobies and short skirts.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they've released it for free on the PS4. Similar model to what they did with Killer Instinct on the Xbox One. So you get the get the game for free, except you only get 4 characters, and if you want any other characters and costumes or content, you have to pay $3 to $4 for each piece.
Yeah. And you can't progress through the game very far without doing it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Is this the new pricing model that they...
I think so.
I don't like it. I'd rather pay for a game and have a whole game.
Well, you can pay $200 and get all the downloadable content in one hit.
Oh, just $200?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no worries.
Yeah, or you can buy, I think it's like $43 for all the men and another $43 for all the women and all of their costumes. But you don't get the story content.
It's bogus.
Yeah.
I really don't like the way gaming's going.
Great game, though, that one. I was playing that last night. It's awesome.
You don't like the way gaming's going or gaming pricing? The distribution?
The way that they're distributing them like that.
Yeah.
Splitting one title into hundreds of small bits you got to buy.
It's like they're trying to milk.
Yeah, they're just milking
community.
things to death, though. They're strangling the fun out of it, and then you get people who are a good, honest customer, who like the game and they save up their hard-earned money and they buy the game, and then a couple of months later there's some DLC that they can't afford. Everyone else buys the DLC and buggers off playing that, and you're left with no one to play with, like we were last night on Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It's just...
So, also this week, both you and I, Matt, got games to review that we didn't like.
That's correct.
Yeah, so what did you get? You got one for the Xbox One?
Oh, I can't remember what it's called.
It was the Roller Coaster Tycoon?
No.
Wasn't it?
No.
It was similar to that, wasn't it?
Fail.
Similar sort of game. I forget what it's called. Let me find that while you talk amongst yourselves.
I got Helldivers for the PS4.
Oh,
and that was the one I started playing last night. And saying that, first game over 3 gig that I've downloaded on the new fibre connection.
Yeah.
So the first game I downloaded a couple of weeks ago under that connection, it took me 9 hours to download.
Wow.
Last night I downloaded a game the same size, 25 minutes.
Beautiful. Yeah. And your thoughts?
My thoughts, Snap Broadband is amazing.
Okay.
Speeds, but the game, I don't like the game. It's weird. It's like, it feels like I'm playing an old PlayStation or Xbox original game.
Is it the one where she's in her undies?
No, that was Dead or Alive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which game are we talking
about? Helldivers.
Helldivers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new title.
Kind of a top-down sort of shoot-'em-up. Like, did you ever play Halo? I think it was Halo in SN. Oh, it's a top-down Halo game. Not one of the third
ODST.
ODST, that's it. Yeah. Halo ODST, very similar gameplay to that.
Okay.
It's rubbish, I don't like it.
Now, the game that I got, which is a review preview copy just at the moment, is Scream Ride.
Okay.
Which is an arcade one. You build roller coaster tracks and stuff and smash them and crash them and get on 2 wheels and go hit turbos. And
yeah.
I haven't given it a very good try yet.
Well, it's the same with the one that I've
give it a
been
bit
playing.
more time, but so far it's not my cup of tea, but I'm sure that there's tons of people that'll just get right into that.
See, and that's exactly the same as my one. I only played it for about half an hour and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I might have to give it another go over the weekend, though.
This is an action shooter game, is that right?
Yeah.
This Scream Ride is
shooter game, I should say.
Yeah.
Same team that did Zoo Tycoon and Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Oh, there you go. That's where I got confused.
That's where you got that from.
Just before we go,
yeah,
I just want to say a huge thanks to those that #MeTV collaborated with at the YouTube event.
Yeah.
That was Thomas James, Millie G, Heartsful XO, Dylan Conrad, Lovetown TV, Wainanga TV, and Hannah Rose.
Check them all out.
Yeah, so...
all the links are in our videos, eh?
Yeah, so all of our collaboration videos that we did with them on the day of the YouTube Insider's Guide to Success was actually the second day.
Is that on YouTube now?
Yep, it's on YouTube, on #TV, or look for #MeTV.
Yeah, you can actually link to it. If you go to #me.co.nz, there's a link up on the top bar there that says #TV. If you click that, it goes straight to our YouTube channel and it's got all the videos.
Cool. Just look under the playlist collabs.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thanks again to UB. Go check them out at Te Awa.
Also, check out all of our other podcasts and reviews and shows on #me.co.nz. Access Granted, we've got 2 shows coming up this week, so keep your eye out for those.
Bonus.
Have we got a one-question podcast this week, Chris?
Oh, I would say so.
Yeah.
There's a question.
There's a good question. So we'll be talking about stuff. Check that out, and that's us.
See you.
#me.co.nz.
For more episodes of this community access radio show, please visit freefm.org.nz.
Thanks to New Zealand On Air for making this podcast possible through funding the Access Internet Radio Project.